right, 2019, Kawaski Trawick was shot by two New York Police Department officers. First of all, it was a shooting involving two officers. One of the cops, a white cop, shot him. Now, here's what's so crazy. Y'all, there's audio and there's video of the black cop, okay, telling Herbert Davis, telling Brendan Thompson not to shoot, not to do any of this. Now, here's what's so crazy. They're interviewing this dude after the fact, and he's like, yo, he was wrong. He was wrong. He was wrong. He said it all out. Then they go into a hearing, an internal hearing, and he gets on the stand and says, he was wrong. Should have shot. Shouldn't have shot. They pull the brother into the bathroom. He comes out. Yeah, I didn't tell the truth. My recollection is totally different. It is an unbelievable story of how the NYPD, how cops will lie, will cover up to protect one of their own. So today, I was on social media and I saw this long Twitter feed that came from the editor-at-large of ProPublica, Eric Umansky. And I see that we got to get him on the show. And so he joins us right now. Eric, glad to have you here. So, folks, let's just do this here. So we're going to play some video first so y'all can understand exactly what's going on, actually what happened. So let's play the first piece of video. And again, what you're going to hear and see, you're going to actually see the cop telling this dude what not to do, yet he was still ignored. He's a senior officer, and it is just this long list of lies upon lies upon lies, and it shows with the actual audio and video how cops, top to bottom, bottom to top, protect each other and don't give a damn about the citizens. Play the first one.
Okay, at what point did you take your taser out?
When he was at the kitchen and he kept saying, "Get out of my house, I'm cooking my food, you see." I said, "Can you please put the knife down?" Put the knife down. He wouldn't put it down. He took a step forward. I pulled it out, activated it, and my partner activated his, and we were aiming it to get to, to hit him with it.
Okay. Any conversation between you and your partner at this point?
No. I don't think we were talking about anything. We were talking about just mainly, we were focusing on him. We didn't want to really talk about anything. We were focusing on him. Yep.
Okay, folks, again, it's a whole totally crazy story. Eric, the thing, reading the Twitter feed, reading the story, is just unbelievable how these cops, on video, on audio, and you got them busted, they don't care. They will protect their own, and higher-ups will force cops to change their testimony because they refuse to hold even one officer who was absolutely wrong.
Yeah, so it's a really, really troubling case. I first reported on it a few years ago. What had happened was this young man, Kawaski Trawick, who lived in the Bronx, had called 911 himself because he had locked himself out of his apartment. And he lived in a supportive housing facility, and the super in the building basically decided to teach tenants a lesson and wouldn't let them back into their apartments if they locked themselves out. And so he called 911, and actually firefighters came, and Jimmy'd opened his door, and he was inside, back in his apartment. And then the cops came after he was back in his apartment, alone in his apartment. And they sort of pushed the door in a little bit. And he says, "Why are you in my home? I'm already back in." And he's holding a long bread knife and a stick. And at that point, the cops say, put down the knife. And as you say, there's two cops. There's a senior officer, Herbert Davis, who's black, and who speaks more calmly, says, "Will you put down the knife, please?" And then there's a younger, more junior white cop, Brendan Thompson, who's not speaking so calmly. And what happens is 112 seconds after the cops get there, Brendan Thompson first uses his taser on Trawick and then shoots him despite Davis repeatedly telling him, literally saying once, "No, we ain't going to tase him," and then trying to push Thompson's gun down, pushing his gun down and saying, "No, no, no, don't." And Thompson shoots anyway and kills Trawick.
Okay, so Trawick gets killed. And again, as you said, here you have a senior officer directing this guy what to do, what not to do, and he doesn't care. He literally does, he just like, I don't give a damn about you. I'm going to do whatever I want to do. And he is disobeying the orders, again, of the more experienced cop. In fact, there was video. There was video you had posted, which is on the YouTube feed. And I saw it, and I was just sitting here going, okay, I can't believe it, what we just witnessed. And so, folks, just roll this because, again, folks, this is crazy.
Man, let me tell you, it is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful outside. So it's a total of a 6-minute video that's on there, folks.
Let me see if I can reset this here. I want to reset it because, again, I'm watching this and I'm sitting here going, are you serious? Did this actually happen? And when we talk about these things all the time, on this show, we often are showing these videos. We often are playing these videos. Let's see. Do we have it here? Let's see. Hopefully, I can now get it because it is just unbelievable to watch what unfolds here. And when you start reporting on it, okay, let's play it there. When you started reporting on this, when you start seeing the truth and seeing what came out, were you even going, they really thought we were never going to find out?
I got to tell you, I was amazed when, you got to keep in mind that, and I know the video is playing in the background, the NYPD fought against this footage coming out for a year and a half. They refused to make it public. They even refused to share it with civilian oversight investigators who couldn't even start their investigation because the NYPD refused to share any records. And then what happened is some public interest lawyers sued and won in court and got the footage disclosed. And, it showed really, really troubling stuff. But even that, it's frankly kind of hard to follow. And I actually think it was kind of quite likely a bunch of this doesn't come out. And keep in mind, and I know we're going to get to it, but it's just so amazing to me that you want to stop and
yeah. So here's what I'm about to do. I'm about to play this right now, and I want people to actually see and hear what happened. Hit play.
The building's on fire. Why are you? Why are you? Why are you in my home? Why are you in my home?
Put it down.
Why are you in my home?
Put it down.
He's got a knife.
Yeah, no.
I got a knife because I'm cooking.
Put the knife down. Put it down.
Well, I'm
Put the
cooking.
knife. Put the knife down.
I'm cooking.
Put the knife down.
I just called the fire department because I got locked down in my home.
Put the knife down.
I thought the fire department have already been here.
Put the knife down.
Why did you just kick in my
The
door?
door was open with the chain. I'm knocking the door. Put the knife on the counter.
Excuse me?
My man, drop the knife.
Why is my door?
Drop the knife.
Yeah, he's yeah.
Drop the knife.
Yeah, just hold it in this.
Drop the knife.
Your money, yeah.
Drop the knife.
Put the knife down. Put the knife down, please.
Hold it.
Sir?
The center, the center. The center of the right. I gotta tell you all! Yes!
Six response 4. I touched him.
So here we have a 16-year police officer, black guy, 3-year police officer, white guy. Black guy is being very calm, trying to de-escalate, if you will. You got the 3-year cop. He's got his gun out and his taser out. First of all, why did Davis have a body camera, or did he simply have one but not have it on?
He had forgotten it on his lunch break. That's actually the truth, you know. But like in his defense, I mean, that can happen.
Well, look, here's the deal. That shouldn't happen because I don't think a cop will forget their badge and gun. And this is one of those, because again, this is one of those things that if we don't have the body camera footage, we don't actually see or hear any of this because you really can't see it from the hallway camera. So you see him and you hear him literally saying, put the taser down. We're not going to tase this guy. And then he pulls his gun out. But there's and here's what's so crazy to me. You look at the video, Thompson is literally in front, Davis is in front of Thompson. So if anybody's in the most danger, it's Davis. But Thompson still doesn't give a damn. He is literally ignoring the senior officer on the scene.
That's right. That's absolutely right. That's 100% right. Yeah.
Eric Yamansky with ProPublica, LJ at Large. We're talking about this unbelievable case, y'all, out of New York. It was a shooting 4 years ago. So Eric, all right. So Trawick gets shot. He's killed. 4 fired shot, 2 hit him in the chest. Now it's time for the investigation.
Yeah.
Share with folks
That's what you call it.
How shameful this investigation was.
Yeah, so about 1.5 years after Trawick was killed, actually almost 2 years afterward, the NYPD actually gave us, after we kept questioning them about it, a statement saying, well, the investigation is complete and we found no wrongdoing at all. And I was like, well, how does that work? And the answer to that is, we're not telling you. They wouldn't say anything about it. And then with my colleague, Mike Hayes, got some really amazing documents and audio about what actually the investigation consisted of. So we got this audio interviews of Davis and Thompson being interviewed by NYPD investigators. And it's really remarkable. And the reason it's so remarkable is because what the investigators don't ask them about. They don't ask them about the fact that Davis had tried to stop his partner from tasering and then shooting Trawick, even though it's on footage. And, we could see it and we could hear it. They literally never asked them about it. They interviewed each of them for a half an hour once. They interviewed Thompson about it. They waited 7 months and gave him the footage to review first before they interviewed him. Yeah.
Hold on. So they interviewed Thompson 7 months after the shooting, and before they interviewed him, they said, hey, he watched the footage first and then tell us what happened?
That's right. You got it. That's correct. Yep.
Okay. So then, then this thing goes to some internal NYPD, sort of like the tribunal, that's not public, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the NYPD says basically oakley dokley, no problem at all, clears the officers. But in New York City,
right?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. In New York City, there's this thing called a Civilian Complaint Review Board, which is exactly what it sounds like. If civilians have complaints, you can lodge it, and has the ability to independently investigate, but then it can't punish officers itself. It's a rule that what it has to do if it wants to give serious punishment against officers is it goes to exactly what you were just saying, an internal NYPD tribunal that sort of looks like court and sort of smells like court, but definitely isn't court.
So they have this hearing, and Davis testifies. What does Davis say first?
So it's pretty amazing, and I wish we had a recording of this, but the NYPD doesn't allow recordings at its tribunals. So what happened was Davis is being interviewed by the Civilian Investigation Board lawyer, and the Civilian Investigation Board lawyer says, "So you tried to stop your partner from tasering Trawick?" And Davis says, "Yep." And he says, "And you tried to stop him from shooting Trawick?" And he says, "Yep." And he says, "So you think your partner made a mistake and that it didn't need to happen?" And he says, "Yes, that is correct. This could have all gone down differently." And then, which was all
Davis,
damn surprising.
Davis goes, "Hey, no blue wall aside. This should not have happened. He should. I did this. This should not have happened." Then all of a sudden, potty break.
Bathroom break. Potty break. So the lawyers for Thompson says, "Your Honor, we have a 5-minute bathroom break," which it had been a while since we had a bathroom break, I will say. And so everybody goes to the bathroom or whatever. Everybody goes out for a few minutes. And about 10 minutes later, we go back in, and I will say, I will tell you, and this is real reporting, I followed Davis into the bathroom. I did not see him chatting with anybody, but I wasn't there the whole time, and he might have been talking to other people. And about 10 minutes later, the trial restarts, and Davis gets up there, and now he's being questioned by his partner's lawyer, and says, I actually think the shooting was justified.
Okay, wait. So first of all, this hearing, this internal, whatever we want to call it, took place when?
Took place, that was on Friday.
Okay, so Friday. So here we have a shooting that took place in 2019. On video, on audio, you have Davis saying, "Put the taser down, put the gun down. I'm not going to taser this guy." You see his reaction after the shots are fired. In the interview, Davis is saying, "Hey, he should not have shot him." Here he goes in front of this hearing, and he says, flat out, shouldn't have shot him, shouldn't have went down. Bathroom break, comes back. Yeah, I was wrong. 4 years. He has been consistent.
4 years.
Now, all of a sudden, after a bathroom break with Thompson's lawyers, he changes his mind.
Yeah, so that was a moment, right? And so actually, the civilian investigator lawyer gets up and says, wait a second, I want to understand this. You're now saying that you think your partner's shooting was justified? What made you change your mind over a 10-minute bathroom break? And literally, Davis's answer was, yeah, well, I had a chance to think about it. There's a line stuck in my head. I had a chance to think about it. And the lawyer says, let me ask you something.
Right, go ahead. Go ahead.
Look, the shooting was 4 years ago. You never had a chance to think about it over 4 years? And Davis says, nope, I have not.
Okay, so what happened next? Was there a ruling?
No. So then first of all, what happened was Thompson gets up there and says he doesn't recall anything. He doesn't recall his partner objecting. They said, well, it's in the video. He said, if you say it's in the video, it's in the video. I don't recall that. And I don't know. There's nothing that he recalls, right? So there's Officer Thompson. And what happens next is the judge, and this is a person who actually works for the NYPD commissioner, will issue a ruling, which is actually a recommendation which goes to the NYPD commissioner, who can decide whatever they want, whenever they want it. And that is the system.
You mean to tell me 4 years after a shooting, 4 years after we have hallway camera, body camera, audio interview, NYPD clears them, civilian board, or whatever you want to call it, has this hearing, which is basically completely governed by the NYPD, so it ain't civilian. You can't record it, audio or video. Davis, 16-year black cop, flips his story. Oh, now I have to think about it. And these guys are still being paid. They've been on the force. Have both of them been on desk duty, or have they still been on the street?
No, they are both still on the street, including Officer Thompson, who, by the way, has had complaints against him for undue use of force since shooting Trawick.
Have we heard anything from Mayor Eric Adams? Anything from the commissioner? Have we heard anything? All of these people who keep talking about, you know, what's right and just. Has anybody said, hey, this is bullshit?
So you've had, you know, city council, the speaker of New York's city council has spoken up about it. Jemima Williams has spoken up about it, but has the mayor of New York City, Eric Adams? Not that I'm aware of.
Wow. Ain't that quite interesting? Eric, keep us abreast of what happens. As you said, there's no timetable when the decision is going to be made.
That's right. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
All righty.
Yeah.
All right. We appreciate great reporting here, Eric. Thanks a lot. All right, folks, back to our Roland Mark Unfiltered video in just one moment. When you talk about blackness and what happens in black culture, we're about covering these things that matter to us, speaking to our issues and concerns.
This is a genuine people-powered movement.
There's a lot of stuff that we're not getting. You get it, and you spread the word.
We wish to plead our own cause. Too long have others spoken for us. We cannot tell our own story if we can't pay for it.
This is about covering us.
Invest in black-owned media.
Your dollars matter. We don't have to keep asking them to cover our stuff. So please support us in what we do, folks.
We want to hit 2,000 people, $50 this month, raise $100,000. We're behind 100,000, so we want to hit that. Y'all money makes this possible.
Checks and money orders go to P.O. Box 57196, Washington, D.C. 20037-0196. The Cash App is $RM Unfiltered. PayPal is R Martin Unfiltered. Venmo is RM Unfiltered. Zelle is Roland at RolandSMartin.com.